Welcome to part 2 of Blaster Master 03. We're still on the search for Eve with this really kick-ass music in the background. The same composers from BMC 1 and 2 make a return here, and it's fantastic. Overall, I think this game has a better soundtrack than 1, but still not as strong as part 2 in my opinion. I still prefer the second game's soundtrack. There are a lot of good songs in this game, don't get me wrong, but there's this really distinctive twang to some of the songs in this game, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It sounds like a GBA game, but it's cleaned up a little bit. And the only reason why I know that this sounds kind of like a GBA game is because I grew up with the Game Boy Advance, and I played that a lot when I was growing up. Oh boy, the Game Boy Advance. Sometimes you were awesome, and other times you were not so awesome. The sound chip was not so awesome. Energy Guard Beta increases the armor for G-SOPHIA, while the alpha versions increase the armor for Jason. Just remember, the green is for the tank, and the red is for the pilot. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, they say. This dungeon has several conveyor belts, and apparently Eve is in here too. So let's rescue her and go home. Jason's crosswave beam, which looks suspiciously familiar to the Helix shot from R-Type, but then again, all DNA patterns remind me of R-Type. Jason's gun has been downgraded yet again. The wave gun doesn't have a cooldown period. Well, actually, no, I'm mistaken. It does have a cooldown period. Never mind. Forget I said that. The wave gun does have a cooldown period. If you shoot for too long with the wave gun, it just stops and you have to reload. Though the benefit of having the wave gun fully powered up is its large hitbox. The trail that follows the initial shot is huge, and it will continue to do massive damage. Bombless pits make a return from 01 and 02, and just like before, falling into them does not mean instant death. You only get 1 health point taken away. Now, if this were brown-haired Jason, or God forbid Ken Gardner from the 1988 game, then that'd be a different story. But never mind that. We're about to encounter our first boss, and the boss of this area, as soon as I save, is Eve? Eve? No, that's not Eve. That's a mutant clone of her. You've got to be kidding me. I thought I got a response from her. But no, it was this damn mutant. Well, it still resembles Eve a little bit. It's based on her BMZ 1 appearance, except slimier. What's the worst that can happen? Oh god! Things took a weird turn really quickly. The evil Eves have 2 different attacks. One of them will use the Unchained DDF, which you may remember from 02 as the attack that slowed down time. And the other Eves will try to hug Jason without his consent, as he loses health every time he comes into contact with them. I didn't think Eve was that much of a pervert. That's no good. Evil Eve has 3 different weaknesses: the shotgun, which does a number on her, the striker, and the wave beam. And we get the rushing attacker, which is a melee blast counter. It's really good. It gives you health back. Well, that ended in failure. Still couldn't find Eve. Things can't possibly get worse, can it? Oh god fucking damn it. Jason Frutnik. I guess he didn't kick the bucket yet. Ribbit. What? Is that... Leibniz? How did you get into G-SOPHIA? Hang on, you're still alive? Were you hoping I wasn't? That'd probably be better for you. Yep, you're still in one piece, alright. What happened to your MA, Garuda? The SF got their hands on it and scrapped it. As soon as I landed on Sophia, they totally swarmed me. Thankfully, I found a certain metal attacker of yours and decided to hijack it. Okay, now how about it? Ready for a fight to the death? Nope, I have no reason to fight you. I've heard that one before. You think I care about your reasons? I sure do. It's pretty obvious. Look, I know you called the other MA pilots for help to save Eve back then. Then, you went so far as to fight off the mutants attacking Earth. Oh, that. If I knew it would end up that way, I never would have gone. I've heard the Earth was safe again now, but what really happened back there? No matter how things ended up, I still have no reason to fight you, Leibniz. You're so lame. I'll just sit back and watch you suffer then. You've got loads of enemies already with the Sophia force and mutants after you. I don't suppose you'll help me out in exchange for not fighting you? Not a chance. At the end of the day, I just want you dead, you know? Just be glad I'm not going to say something super lame like, I shall be the one to break you. I really couldn't care less who breaks you. I just want to be there to see the spectacle when it all goes down. Yep, still some old jerk he was before. This really is the perfect setup. I have a front row seat, even though I'm in the back. There's even a radio back here, so if you get all lonely or whatever, feel free to call me from the subscreen. I'll make sure you regret your decision every time you call. I want out of here! But I can't just leave without my MA. Yeah, suit yourself. Oh, by the way, I already installed Garuda's sub-weapon on your MA, since I thought I could use it. Seriously? Homing laser. Lock-on laser for perfect accuracy. Whoa, it's right here. Homing laser. The gate up ahead won't open unless you hit all 6 switches at once. Hold the sub-weapon button to lock onto multiple targets. You did read the explanation that popped up just now, right? Yeah, I got it. I can check it again on the sub-menu info screen too. Don't come crying to me if you don't get it. Come on now, get on with it. Oh, this is gonna be the most wonderful train wreck of a dynamic ever. Huh? A transmission. Jason, can't hear... Eve! Are you okay? Where are you? Thank goodness. It's Jason. At much time to talk. The signal is weak. There's something interfering with it. Listen, Fleet. Helmet. VRV. Helmet. The VRV system. Right, Eve repaired my helmet. It's but it only get past dimensional... Dimensional what? I couldn't hear. Ruptures. The inner rushers are... Oh no. Out of time. Eve? Eve! No, I lost the connection. Oh man, I had a feeling someone was missing. This is shaping up to be more entertaining than I expected. Entertaining, huh? Okay, I've tracked the signal. It was that other signal after all. Ribbit? Yeah, let's track down that signal. Eve is there, I'm sure of it. You're sure of it, huh? Ha! This is going to be good. Say hello to the support droid of this game. Oof. I miss Eve already. But I will admit, Leibniz is really good. In a snarky, asshole-ish kind of way. And if you're expecting to get Eve back by Area 3 or 4, then... No, that's not going to happen. She'll come back later in the game, but just not anytime soon. I like that bold decision. Let's not have Eve present throughout most of the game, and focus strictly on the rival. For some reason, I thought Kane would be the support, but we'll see later on that's not really the case. And that was a miniature version of Gather Vera from the second game. I don't know what the hell he's doing on Sophia for some reason. Apparently the mutants can just clone each other at will. And the Sophia Force has made more Atom-type tanks. The Atom bootlegs will do a dash ahead, and they'll hurt for 2 hit points of damage if they make contact with you during their tackle animation. But it's not like Kana's tank has also been replicated. Ow! The air clones will do a jumping drill attack diagonally, and they also hurt for 2 hit points of damage. The Cirque SP-1000 will spin buzzsaws around the room. And some of those buzzsaws will have a lighter tint. That means they can be destroyed with any weapon. This thing's weakness is the homing laser, given to you by Leibniz. The homing laser will do the most damage if you hold down the sub-weapon button. It will lock on to multiple targets. If you just tap the sub-weapon button with the homing laser, it will only go for one target, maybe two at the most. Wow, Leibniz really did help Jason out. Let me clarify, Leibniz's weapon helped Jason out. And we got the second area map. And this place is, a bit convoluted. There are tons of places we can't reach yet because we lack the proper upgrades. But soon enough, we'll be able to get there. This background is gorgeous. This whole game looks gorgeous, actually. It's not restricted to the 8-bit or 16-bit look of the other games. It has a style of its own. Cutscenes are now animated more than ever before, and quite honestly, with all the greens and blues and that little wave effect in the background, I don't think you can play this on the NES without the thing exploding. I said that about the other two games, but I'm serious for this one. Which is why it's an indie game for the Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox from 2021 and not an NES game from 1991 or 1992. It would be impressive if it was, but it's just not the case. That room did not have any enemies in it. How strange. Anyway, free sub SP up. The SP ups had also been split into two different types, one for the orange bar and one for the blue bar. Once we get back to the tank, that is. The Sophia Force robots are extremely dangerous. They have steep patterns that you need to avoid. Some of these robots will do a massive area of effect attack that you need to spin dash out of the way of. And okay, here we go, right here. That's the robot. You need to do a spin dash in order to get out of the way, and sometimes you'll still get caught in the blast. At least you're durable enough to take damage on some occasions, but the problem is, they are too. As for the Sophia dungeons, you'll pick up a majority of your power-ups here. You'll find a little icon or logo on top of the door once you enter. Or you could just look at the map and you'll find that the Sophia dungeons have a different icon than the regular dungeons. More door puzzles! Jason, I got a better idea. Why not just blast the damn doors open? I mean, come on, Kool-Aid Man that shit. You're already dressed in red. Okay, now I gotta get that whip door open. Out of my way, you robot son of a bitch! I don't think you can take too long with killing the robots here. They do respawn sometimes. Like right there. Where the hell did he come from? Oh, that was close. There's actually one more robot type that hasn't appeared yet, and it sucks! We'll see that robot type in the next couple of seconds, and it is rough. Hard to take down, he takes a million hits, and he's just not fun. That thing scooting around the floor? Yeah, don't mess with him. Whenever you attack that big hovering robot, it counters with shooting you in the face. A lot. About 20 times. And it's hard to avoid too. So, you gotta stun it with a grenade first before you can attack. Spin balancers are really good because you can do more spin dashing with less SP. Why did I just leave the dungeon without collecting the other power-up? I know it's just an energy guard, but still, I'm going to need those. The energy guards are marked on your map and will respawn. But the bad thing about that is, if you're doing a 100% run, you won't be able to tell what's an actual item that can be used by Jason or the G-SOPHIA, or what's an actual energy guard, you know? They both have the same icons. It's a pretty common complaint about this game. The power-ups are marked the same as your consumable items on the map, and yeah, that is fair. They should have marked it differently or done some other system. I guess that was to encourage the more backtracking this game has, but I don't know. Oh, I love listening to that song that was just playing. Unfortunately, we're going to have to listen to this song, which is not as good, and plays over a majority of the dungeons in this game. More mutant scum to contend with. The mutant enemies are not really that much different from the previous games. You still got the mother brains, you still got those little green guys. There is one unique enemy type for the mutants, and they zip around and they shoot at you. That's about it. Yeah, this guy. You'd best take him out with the blast counter. A crack in space? It's the same as the one I saw in the SF base. This must be one of the dimensional ruptures that Cain and Eve mentioned. Alright, guess it's time to check out the VRV system. This is superdimensional space? I've been in superdimensional space once before. Back on Earth, when I was battling the mutants in Area Omega, but this time, the sheer force here is so intense, I won't be able to survive like this. Gah! Gah! Excel Charger! By allocating the Excel Charger's resources to life support, I can finally move around. The Excel Charger was designed to boost my physical capabilities beyond the limitations of my suit. But in this harsh environment, it's running full tilt just to make sure I stay alive. It can only stay active for so long, so if it runs out, I'm toast. I don't have time to think about that though. I need to get moving and get through this space as quickly as I can. Here's the new gameplay element for Blaster Master Zero, Dimension Hopping. Whenever you see a crack in space, you can just press L1 and R1 and you'll go into this alternate dimension by putting down your visor with a really cool animation. There is an invisible timer from what I've heard. I haven't actually tried this, but if you stay in super dimensional space for too long, your health will start to decrease rapidly. And that's honestly not even the strange part. No, the real weird part is how many times you need to go into super dimensional space in order to get the best ending of the trilogy. The characters, or more so Kane Gardner, will make a big deal about Jason using the VRV system, and he'll say, please don't abuse it, I worry about you, but to get the best ending of the game, you kind of have to abuse the VRV system. Kind of weird writing, but okay then. If you look at Jason's arsenal in the sub-weapon screen, you'll notice what appears to be a wedding ring of some sorts. That comes into play later on. Nobody ever mentions it, and nobody states it, but it's very important. Even talking to Leibniz does not bring up any sort of conversation about the ring. It's just there in the sub-menu screen, and nobody bats an eye about it. It's even on the key art too. If you look at Jason's left hand, provided the logo's not actually blocking his hand, you'll find him holding the ring. There's a rupture here too, and the path up ahead is gone? I don't get it. Eve's signal is coming from the area past here. Now things are heating up. We got a dimensional disappearance. Dimensional disappearance. So space itself was sucked into the rupture, is that what you're saying? Hang on a sec. Why do you think I'm just gonna answer your question? Oh wow, Jason has nothing to say about that one. The VRV system should still work here, if the path really did disappear. Alright Jason, do that fancy animation to play us out.